Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming and thank you for waiting. I called this press conference just to talk about the injustice done on December 30th as it relates to Dalton, Riverdale, Harvey, Lansing, Markham, Homewood, Phoenix, Arnhem, residents of Thornton Township. It saddens my heart to see such inhumane done to our seniors who stayed outside in the cold for hours waiting just for their right to vote. I stand today as their leader, as a mom, as a resident of Thornton Township, as someone that will not stand for injustice to anyone. I stand for voters' rights. We stand for voters' rights. Today, you will hear from me, the attorneys. To my left is Matt Solomon. He's the lead attorney. To my right is Angela Lockett. And we also have Trustee Darlene Gray Evers and several other residents standing with us. Today, we are asking the courts to allow us to be heard. Today, we are asking to unmute our voices, which was muted on December 3rd at the caucus. I do not like dictatorship. I do not like a hostile takeover. I did not like what happened that evening. Everyone was there. Everyone witnessed what happened. So today I'm asking for everyone to band together with their super mayor, Tiffany A. Hilliard, and let's stand for what's right. Let's fix what happened on December 3rd. As you know, the committeemen basically did so many illegal things that evening, and that's what is recited in our lawsuit, and we will be heard in court. I will let you guys know when that happens, and I also was told that he don't even live in Thornton Township, so how can you partake in the process? What we was denied is the process.
My name is Max Solomon, S-O-L-O-M-O-N. Today, at the request of the supervisor, a lawsuit was filed at the Circuit Court of Cook County, County Division. The lawsuit names Committeeman Napoleon B. Harris as a defendant, and it also names the Democrats of Thornton Township as a defendant. We're asking the courts to declare that the caucus that was held last Tuesday, December 3rd, is invalid. We're asking the courts to allow a do-over, and we're asking the courts for other relief as the court would decide.
I'd just like to say that this has been an ongoing theme with the injustice and the illegal, what we would term illegal acts against our super mayor, as she loves to call herself. But in reality, she is a black woman who is constantly being attacked by others. Now, be it because she's a woman or be it because she's African American, that we don't know. But what we know for sure is that it's unfair, it's unjust, and that we hope the courts will see it our way.
Good evening, everyone. I want to be firm in saying that the injustices that occurred started before the caucus. It started when they decided not to have a primary. That affected thousands of voters. The Thornton Township race usually does not bring out under 13,000 voters. To knock it down to a caucus is absurd.
There were so many people lined up outside, and it was so cold. That's the only thing that I really took note of, because they wanted to vote. They took their time to come out. We had people out there that were on oxygen masks, pushing those chairs with the wheels on it. Just standing out there. We were out there at 4:45. When we got there, there were lines of seniors out there. If most people know seniors, they do not want to be out when it's dark. So they were there on time. They thought that they were going to vote. And I'm just hoping that the courts understand how serious this was for them to want to come out, and it was so cold. They just wanted to vote.
What we seen December 3rd was a lot of dictatorship. I stand for the seniors as well as the youth. If we allow this to happen now, this can cause a grave danger for any elected official for the future. So with that, we stand behind Super Mayor Tiffany A. Hilliard with this cause. Thank you.
I'm gonna conclude with this. If you run there, you can go on social media and you'll see everything that took place the night of December 3rd. Just to walk you through a quick recap of what we all witnessed. We all got there around 4:30, 4:45 for many of us. When we got there to the location, 2010 Chestnut Road in Homewood, we was told that we could not enter the building. We was told there was a party that was pre-planned, so that means it was premeditated, pre-planned, happening, going on, and we could not enter until 6:30. Reminding you, a caucus have already went out stating that it was taking place at 7 p.m. on that same very night. It saddens my heart because why would they send a notice stating that they're not going to open the doors to 6:30? Everybody know that seniors especially come early to vote so they can go back home. And if you knew, like I know, hundreds of people was going to show up, because y'all didn't know that, huh? Because y'all painted me as bad news for quite some time, that people didn't know I was going to come with drones of buses. Drones of cars showed up to vote for Supervisor Hilliard. When we all showed up, they had to stay in their cars. They had to get out of line. Some people stayed in line because they wanted to wait just to vote. They then start opening the doors about 6:45. That's about 15 minutes before the actual event starts. How are they going to process over 500 people in 15 minutes? No way possible. The only way that I entered the building or got to the front of the line is because a young lady, baby, got taken inside without her. So she was banging on the door saying, let her in, and making a mess, a stir up, which any parent would. So I went up to the line to help her. That's how I got up. When I got up, I got in maybe, 6:50? 6:50, checked in, and I proceeded to the gym room. As you can see on the tapes, you see me in the middle of the floor getting ready to hopefully nominate myself and my team, and anybody else should have been able to nominate themselves on the floor, and that did not happen. Once 7 o'clock hit, the committeemen started the caucus. Reminding you, hundreds of people are still outside saying, let us in, let us vote. They did not listen to anything I stated when I said, hey, it's people still outside. Let them in, committeemen, let them in. Don't start the meeting till the people get in. What's the point of having a caucus if it's not going to be fair? What's the point of having a caucus if it's going to be dictatorship? What's the point of having anything if you're going to mute the people's voice?
Are you saying that the rules of the caucus were changed at the last minute?
I don't know that. That's not what we're saying. What I can tell you, though, is that those rules, which I personally obtained a copy of, are in violation. There's a lot of things that are wrong in those rules, and it's clearly stated in our lawsuit to see what happened with those rules. Those rules are very bothersome.
Are you calling for another caucus to be held?
Absolutely. That's what we're asking the courts. There's one thing that's very important that we need to emphasize. The caucus started at about 7, and it was over maybe 10 minutes later. That was a shocker to me. Now, I got there maybe about 7:05 thinking, oh, I'm still probably going to be standing in line trying to get in. It was over. And that's what prompted me personally to request for a copy of the rules, because I just wanted to know what happened.
Supervisor Hilliard, you were adamant when we spoke with you before the caucus last week that you thought you had that one. You had a lot of supporters out there. We saw the outcome. Should a judge rule in your favor and you get this redo, do you feel confident that we would see it go in your favor, or is that not what this is about? Is it about the process as a whole?
It's about the process as a whole. It's about the people. I've always stood for the people. That's why I'm called the people's mayor, the people's supervisor. In that evening, I was very confident that I will be victorious in getting a nomination because the people really do stand with me. But I was not able to display that because our voices was taken. And that's what I'm fighting for. Because me today, you tomorrow. If this stands, who says they're not going to do it to everybody moving forward? And lastly, I'll say this. On that evening, no matter you was with someone or against them, we all stood for what's right, which is we wanted to vote. It's a shame that that committeeman will not allow the people that he represents inside the building, whether he thought they was going to vote against him or for him. We all was outside. And this is why the tide is changing. They all are saying, hey, we see what's going on. We see what's wrong. We want Supervisor Hilliard because they saw what a dictator looks like at that moment. So I can't wait to show up and show out and show the people why I will be victorious. I will come out of the dust, the flames. I will be like the Robin in the night. I will be victorious. So I just can't wait to do that. So I will be the Phoenix.
And if the judge does not, where do you go from there? If this kind of stalls after you go through this process and it hits a wall, what next? What comes after that?
I'll take that. Mm-hmm. Well, the courts are going to have an opportunity to rule on this, and whatever the courts decide, of course, is what we're going to comply.
Okay. All right, thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. Thank you.